Nah, we're going to make it work. We're going to appreciate it. They got to show appreciation. You are a part of this. Culture change, you know what I mean?
Word.
You doing more than a little. Nah, you got to get them flowers, brother.
Yeah,
We definitely
dope.
about to give them.
This week's episode is sponsored by Cream Team Properties. Cream Team Properties is a family-owned and community-oriented business who buys property in the Syracuse and Utica, New York neighborhoods, with the focus on creatively rebuilding each property in a very unique way. If you would like to sell or buy a house, please visit their website at www.creamteamhomebuyers.com or give them a call at 315-922-9600.
Yo. It's 2VPOV.
Yes, sir.
Back again, man. We got a different one, man. We ain't never had one outside of Utica. It's a first one outside of Utica, man. But
This feels good though. I feel like I'm home away from home.
Yeah.
With the brother.
Yeah, I live here, but I ain't never did an interview outside of Utica.
Oh, that's funny as fuck.
Yeah. But yo.
Introduce ourselves. Who?
Yeah, but before I introduce our guests, introduce ourselves. It's your man Ed Blackshear.
It's your boy G Brown.
You know, it's Team 2BPOV.
Yes, sir.
You know, we got a special guest in the building. Damn near Syracuse legend, man. Damn near Syracuse City legend, man.
Growing too.
Some of his accolades. Henniger High School. That's where I first seen him at. Henniger High
So
School.
he got a big story for us. He got a story to tell us because we was just off camera a little bit, of course, getting prepped, and you was telling us. This is Cornelius Vines, by the way.
Cornelius Vines, by the way. Cornelius Vines.
The big dog. Thank you for having us, man. He's got a major story because he's went through a good journey to get where he at right now. So, like we usually do, let's get the root of it.
Yes.
Let's figure out where it really came from.
Let's start at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning of like when you first started playing basketball.
Is basketball your first love?
No, it's not, man.
Okay.
I'm footballed out, man.
He told me too. He played against you in football. Talk about that. Talk about that.
Man, growing up, it was like it wasn't really. We had bitty basketball, but it wasn't like bitty basketball. Then I wasn't really like the person. I wasn't really the guy.
Okay.
I love basketball. You know, you fall in love with certain players.
Yeah.
Football was my thing, though. I love football.
What's your position?
Oh, so it's funny because growing up, they had me playing like tight end, kicker. You know,
I played tight end. I can relate.
Yeah, man. So you know, Pop Warner, they throw you anywhere, right?
Yes, they do.
And they try to play you. They try to play you, Pop Warner. So I played tight end and kicker, and then when I got to high school, eventually I turned into a quarterback. That was always my love. I was a quarterback, but Pop Warner, they figured I wasn't good enough for it. So that's what football, man. That's my first love. Man.
So that built So I see your stature. Now we played against each other a couple times.
Yes, we did.
Your physicality comes from football.
Yes.
That seems like a lot of athletes like that get their physicality from somewhere. With that being said, when did you realize basketball would be your main sport? Was it as early as before you started playing on teams?
I won't lie. When I
Or was you a two-sport guy?
I was a two-sport guy.
Okay.
So I played football and basketball in high school. People told me I should have went to college for football, but I'm like, looking at me, I was like 6'2", 1.
That's the height.
Something. Yeah, but it ain't the height that you get in your head in college, man. So, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. So I kind of, it was fun. Bob Kemp, he's my head coach.
Shit
Man.
off.
He believed in me. So when he kind of left, going into my senior year, and I kind of just. Football for me was just like whatever, I play with a good group of dudes.
Wanted to stay healthy.
Yeah, I play with a good group of dudes, so I would never quit on them. I played with Doug Comer, went to Pittsburgh University.
Okay.
Emerson Kinsey went to Albany.
Okay.
We had Lindell Graves. He had his chance. He could end up going to Pitt too, man. And some things happened. Our senior year in football, coaches, coaches.
Yes.
But I played with a good group of guys. I think we was the first team my junior year to beat CBA when they was undefeated.
Okay.
We beat them my junior year.
Syracuse CBA.
Yeah, we beat them when they had Greg Paulus, Bruce Williams.
Oh, they was tough.
Undefeated, and we beat them in the semis to go make it to the Dome and play against Corcoran.
So what happened?
Yeah, we beat them.
So what happened in the Dome? Fell short?
We fell short to Corcoran. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. A lot of my corporate brothers.
It was a play we've been running all year, and I kind of like bob with a snap, and it was like a throwback. And I kind of underthrew the running back wide open. It's still with me because I could.
Oh, you've been through tough times.
Yeah, I could have been a section champion football as well.
They
did it on both football and basketball.
Right.
That's crazy.
Because you got your basketball one.
Yeah,
Before we get to that, because you know I played you in that.
I played you that.
Where to start from? So your basketball scene, was it elementary? Was it junior high?
So I was a trouble kid. But when I say trouble, not like street trouble, just like wasn't doing what I was supposed to do in school. So
yeah,
my mom was like, you ain't fucking playing basketball, man.
Right.
So
right.
I never played middle school basketball. And I was just like, never played middle school basketball, ever.
I was in that stage. I was on the brink. I was a grade kid though. I was tough for grades.
She never let me play, man. So, you know, you like them bad, because I used to tell her, like, man, I'm running away.
Of course.
I was stressed.
Like, you had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in your backpack.
No, I was like, man,
I could go.
So, I got kicked out of a lot of schools growing up, a lot. Brought knives to school, just dumb decisions. Nothing I was never proud of.
Right.
When I finally got the chance to get to high school, I remember a guy, I feel like I still see him to this day, I won't say his name. He walked up to me at lunch and told me, if you get in any trouble while you're here, you would never go to another city school in your life. So that kind of stuck with me. Like, I didn't get kicked out of school. I did dumb stuff with the ISS and stuff, but I never got kicked out of school.
What did that make you feel like when he said that? What it lit a fire in the ass or something?
It made me feel like shit, but it also it was like damn, are you singling me out like that? Like,
right.
Like I felt singled out because it's like
maybe he seen something in you.
One mistake, and that's what it probably was.
Yes, sir.
Then right there, when he said that to me, and like I said, I was a freshman, so that's not just like locked in. I was locked in with sports, and I thought it was all about sports. Mm-hmm. So I was a sport person, but I wasn't doing good in school. You feel me? I wasn't doing good in school, so my school it was a struggle, man. Like it was a struggle for me, and it wasn't to say I couldn't do the work.
Right.
I just didn't do the work. But I thought it was all about basketball. And
that's how I was.
Like many of us.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
So I messed up that.
So no junior high school. You get to high school now. Freshman, 9th grade, or 10th grade?
I got high school. I started at kindergarten as 9th grader.
Okay. And tell me about that process, the beginning of that process. Like, when did you know what I mean? Because I seen you start off. I don't remember when you started off. I don't know if I played with you or played against you when you started off.
I played against him in football.
In that time?
He might not know me because I was a cornerback.
Okay.
I was a cornerback, but I remember him as
y'all beat us my junior year at Sheffield. I remember that.
Yeah.
You played against him then?
So I played JV. I think I only played JV against him.
Okay.
I was in 9th grade.
And he's above you a year?
Yeah. And I think he was in 10th grade. Did you play? You played 10th grade?
Yeah, they made. I played for football. I played JV my 9th and 10th grade.
Yeah, so
I should have been. I thought
should have been varsity
quarterback at the 10th grader, but they had other plans. So
I
didn't trip about that.
That's what I remember. That's what I remember first.
I believe in development though. To some people, to some extent,
they had people that they thought was
better than you.
Yeah,
and did you feel like that?
Hell no. And it proved though. It proved
right.
That my sophomore year they struggled. I think they lost the first round of the playoffs to Rome Free Academy.
Yeah.
So. Okay. And I thought like, damn, I could help them.
Yeah, for sure.
You do the crossover game on varsity if you get knocked out early. Back then they did crossover games.
Okay.
So we did a crossover game against Liverpool. They moved me up, and I started that game, and we ended up beating Liverpool. I rushed for a touchdown.
And getting back in.
And I threw a touchdown. We beat them like 14-13. I was psyched getting back on the bus like, oh, this is gonna be lit next year.
Yeah.
And then I shout out to Butler, man. He was my wide receiver. He used to come get me in the summer. All that summer going into my junior year. And I'm up there at fucking the field. We throwing routes. He running routes, and I'm throwing past him all summer. So it got me ready for a big junior year for football.
Oh man, that sounds beautiful. It seemed like football put you in a great play and position.
Yeah, I love football, man. I love football.
So that was your outlet. That was your workout.
It was.
Definitely.
Man. I always tell people, I say, man,
the hard work you put in, bro.
Yeah, but people don't understand it. They don't understand it. So I'll give you a little background.
Yeah, tell them about it. Yes, please.
I met a guy named Mick Walker my junior year. He came out of Rochester to watch me play. We played against Calvin Betts, Tim Jackson. Shout out to them. They're my brothers. They put a whooping on us out there. In the
where they from? From
Rochester.
Where? Okay.
Russian Theater.
Okay. Yeah, I know about that.
My junior year, they put a whooping on us. And it was like, damn, but it was like a lesson. No, matter of fact, it wasn't even my junior year, it was my senior year. I met Mick Walker my junior year, and he came out there my senior year to watch me. That's when Vegas was big back then.
Okay.
The Super 64, it wasn't these Nike circuits and all this stuff.
Oh, right, yes, Vegas was big back then.
I called him, and I'm like, yo, it was kind of late. He already had his roster to go to Vegas. So
yes.
he like, next year. So he came out there, he came to watch me play. Like I said, they jumped on us.
Yeah.
But I played a hell of a game. I probably finished with like 29. That's big in a high school game. And we struggled my senior year. Like, we was down my senior year. And I think it was just, the case that, some dudes are going to football, and I respected that.
Yeah.
And they kind of was just like, they was playing, but football was they thought. And
okay.
I can understand it now. Back then, I'm like, damn, man, I gave everything in football. And these dudes, I felt like, they could have gave it they all for me, but it was what it was. It was
right.
Like, still my brother. I still talk to these dudes to this day.
Yes.
To this day.
Yes.
My senior year ended, we lost to Central Square the first round of the playoffs. And I started building the bond with Mick Walker then.
Okay.
So I was going to everybody high school game in the playoffs. Everybody. It sucked. I'm looking at Central Square go to Section 3 championship and lose to Nottingham. Nottingham went to the Final Four that year.
Yeah.
And lost to Niagara Falls. So after that, AAU season started.
Yes.
And we was our team was Daniel Marshall, so I was locked in with him in the summer. And I had a good summer, man. And my first time playing in front of coaches was at the Charlie Weber. They don't have that tournament anymore. It was in DC.
Okay.
Big tournament. And I remember the first game we played, I think a team from New York, I hit a buzzer beater. But it was like nothing. No coaches were really there. Second game we played Tim Thomas players. And they had Wayne Ellington, Gerald Henderson.
But they was people, they was close to each other.
They had
Earl
Clark.
Oh, man.
You think about it, Gerald Henderson.
That was the team that you played against?
Yeah, Tim Thomas players. Gerald Henderson and Wayne Ellington was the number 1 and 2 players
yes.
in
Duke and North Carolina.
In that class. So I didn't know them. And I remember Tim Jackson.
Of course.
I'm from Syracuse. Tim Jackson was like, yo, that's such and such. I'm like,
what?
And then J.R. Smith walked in. I don't remember if y'all remember his first chain. He had like a big J.R. That stupid chain. He walked in the gym. I'm like,
yeah.
Like I'm here.
So
I got them jitters out.
I played a hell of a game, and we beat them.
Yeah.
We beat them. So the next day, we going back. We got to play GC Ballers.
This week's episode is sponsored by Cream Team Properties. Cream Team Properties is a family-owned and community-oriented business who buys property in the Syracuse and Utica, New York neighborhoods, with the focus on creatively rebuilding each property in a very unique way. If you would like to sell or buy a house, please visit their website at www.creamteamhomebuyers.com or give them a call at 315-922-9600.
They was loaded with Johnny Flynn. He was young.
Yeah.
They had
Paul Harris. Yeah.
They had rest in peace. They had
I remember.
little brother.
He passed away.
Yeah.
I remember that.
They had his little brother. They had Rob. I'm gonna say his name right. Garrison. Is Garrison? I think they had him. They had
some.
Lazar Haywood. They was loaded. And
Lazar made it to the league, right?
Yes.
I played with Lazar when I played with City Rock.
Yes. So.
He ended up playing for OKC. That's a fact. Damn. So you played that other team first. Then you played GC Ballers next.
So going into the game, I'm like, the Hartford University coach called Nick. And was like, well, who number is such and such? He's like, we in the car. He's like, who wore this number yesterday? I'm like, what's wrong with my jersey? Where's my jersey? You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, who wore the number? I'm like, me. He's like, well, Hartford is gonna come see you today. So I'm like, oh, shit. I ain't never had a Division I school. In Syracuse, Division I coach until he felt like there's no Division I talent here.
Yeah.
But I always told people growing up in the neighborhood,
it's talent here.
I'm going to Division I. You know what I mean? You gotta prove me wrong.
Yes, sir.
So I played out the gate. I probably had like 13 in a row. Out the gate on them, 13 in a row. And we was winning.
Yeah.
And they ended up fouling most of our team out. We ended up losing to them. And they ended up winning that tournament. So that week, right after that game, I got the offer from Hartford. And I was like, oh shit.
It's getting real. This is real deal shit.
Real to me, they came to my house that next Monday to offer me the full ride.
Oh my God.
Jared Grasso, shout out to him.
Okay.
He's the Bryant head coach.
Okay.
And then, I can't think of the head coach now that was there. He's the assistant at Larry Harrison. He's the assistant at West Virginia now.
And this your senior year.
Yeah, this is my senior year.
This is the end of it. You know what senior year is once basketball over.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the farewell game.
I was going to go to prep. Yeah, I was going to go to Notre Dame prep.
Okay.
So they ended up offering me. They came up here, offered me a scholarship, and it was like surreal to me. I didn't get an article in the paper, the front page of the paper. We usually get that in Syracuse.
Oh man.
So I got that, but like I said, it was all sports to me. So my schooling wasn't it. I wasn't about school. So
yeah.
At the end of the school year, my grades were so bad, man. My old coach, Joe Mazzella, rest in peace to him. I brought him my report card, man, and he just put 65s on it. So I can say I passed that marker period. It couldn't change the grade, but he looked out for me so I could, you know, it wasn't as bad as it looked.
He tried.
It couldn't do nothing, but it was just, you know, you gotta respect.
So you go through that now.
I go through that. So this is when it gets crazy.
So you didn't end up going to Harvard?
No. So I'm gonna tell you. So this is what happened. I couldn't go. My grades was shot, and I didn't know how schools start checking for you.
I can relate, bro.
10th grade years is important.
Yes, that's the most important.
And I didn't know
that.
Yeah,
me neither.
Now I tell all kids in the city that.
I tell every kid that.
Any kid can tell you when I pull them aside, people say I do this, I that. I try to offer kids stuff. I spit knowledge to them because I struggled coming up and I didn't know. I didn't have nobody until I met them walking to tell me, right?
You can relate.
I didn't graduate from Nottingham. People don't know that. I took a test. I took a test. My high school diploma is from Florida.
Okay.
I've never been to Florida at that time in my life.
Yeah.
I got a high school diploma from Florida. I was gonna go to Palm Beach Community College. Jerice was there. Jerice Crouch.
Okay. Yeah. That's good.
He was there. And
shout out to Jerice.
Yeah, I was gonna go there. You know, he's one of Mick's guys too, so he played for Mick. So Mick was gonna send me down there, and then the coach ended up getting fired. So I didn't go there.
Oh shit.
So this is when it gets hectic. I went to Globe Community College in New York City. I went to Globe Community College, and I couldn't play the first semester. And, you know, I was taking classes, but I was like, we was staying in like Staten Island, and I was staying with grown men. I didn't know what you're in college.
Oh, shit, yeah.
A bunch of grown men.
That's exactly. They trying to get on, too.
Yeah, so I'm in the crib staying with a bunch of grown ass men. I'm the baby in there.
Yeah.
I learned a lot of shit from them, you know. Learned a lot of shit. So the second market period came. It was just like, okay, I'm not going to be able to play because my grades was shit there. I passed one class. It was a sports class.
Yep.
So.
You love sports.
Yeah. At the time, I got a call from the Hartford coach, and he told me, like, yo, I'm going to be back at Hartford next year.
Shit.
So I'm like, wow.
Shit.
Like, I was like, so now I'm thinking, like, okay, I can't go to Hartford. I thought I was going to go there after junior college, and now this guy, you know, unfortunately lost his job, and that's how college goes.
That's how that shit go.
So I left Globe, I left, and I didn't know what was gonna happen. So I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's the NAIA named Dillard.
I know NAIA, yeah.
New Orleans. This was right before the flood happened down there.
Ooh.
So Mick knew the coach there, so he ended up playing at the junior college. Well, before I get there, after I left Globe, I went home for a little bit, and I went to Garden City Community College in Kansas. On the train all the way down to the train, and that was the longest train trip ever, man.
Yeah.
And I was there for 3 weeks, and they didn't tell us. They didn't tell my AU coach until then that they didn't accept my diploma.
Your high school diploma?
Yeah, they didn't accept my high school diploma.
Okay.
So I was there for 3 weeks. So now, when I had to leave there, it was like, yo, what's about to happen?
What's next?
I didn't know. So I get back from there, short stint there. And I was practicing with him and everything. I was playing with dudes like Roy Bright. He went to North Carolina. No, he went to Cincinnati. He played under Bob Cousins.
So you was playing with and against some tough players.
He was at Texas A&M. Then he went to a all-black college.
Okay.
After he left there, so I was with dudes that left Power 5 schools. You know, so I'm like, yo, I belong.
What? More than a little bit.
I thought I belonged. So
yes, sir.
When I went back, I just didn't know what was next for me. Though I didn't know what school. So I'm home for a while.
Scary
I was
shit.
home for the rest of that year. And then Mick reached out to the dude at Dillard, and I'm like, hey, Division I leg.
Mick been there the whole ride.
Whole ride. He's still here. He gonna be here today.
Respect to Mick.
Yeah, man.
I met him a few times.
Before you had all these new teams, you know. He was one of the guys around upstate New York. You know.
I seen they did a nice interview with him.
Yeah. So
I recently seen him.
Once that happened, I was home, like I said, for the rest of the second semester in college. And one day I was sleeping in my mom's bed. She wanted to go somewhere. I'm just like, nah, because I'm depressed. I had an article.
Yeah.
So what I did what I did was, I'm like, damn, I don't want to be seen in Syracuse no more. There was an article here about me, and now I'm home. That shit is embarrassing.
Oh, that shit is embarrassing, bro.
You know, so
as a young man too, you don't know how to handle that.
And people was like, oh, you know, now the chatter started happening. So what I did was, I started going downtown to this program, and I started taking high school classes again, just to get better and brush up on things.
You smart, man.
Yo, and it was like, people didn't know that. I started doing that. And then I was going down there for like every day like it was school.
Yes.
I'm brushing up on stuff, my math,
yes.
my reading,
yes.
all types of stuff. And I was embarrassed because I was in there with high school kids, and I'm like, I've been out of school for a year now. But I had to prove to myself.
Yeah, bro.
I can learn how to be a student.
Yeah, bro.
I was sleeping in my mom's bed one day on the weekend. I didn't want to be outside. I get a call from Iowa. Where did I go? I went to Iowa Lakes Community College. It was Division II JUCO in Iowa. I ain't never been to Iowa in my life.
Right.
In my life. The coaches, I'm listening to him talk on the voicemail. Listening to him talk. And then he told me, man, I need you to come down here and put the ball in the basket for me. Man, I jumped up on my mom's bed so quick and picked up the phone. I'm like, hey, how you doing, man? It's Cornelius Vines. He's like, man, I heard a lot about you. We want to get you down here.
You're a stud.
So you can start summer classes. Man, my mom came back, and Mick already knew, but I didn't know. Right?
Yeah.
So I called him. I'm like, yo, man, coach from Iowa just called me, man. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go back to school, and I'm ready to show them I can be a student.
Yeah.
So I went down there in the summer. It's 100 and some degrees down there. I'm in sweats like this. Like this, right? Like this. And I'm on a boat. They took me first time in a boat. Never been on a boat. I'm out on a boat with my coach, man. He's looking out for me. I stayed at his house. I don't think I was supposed to do that. I can say it now.
This week's episode is sponsored by Cream Team Properties. Cream Team Properties is a family-owned and community-oriented business who buys property in the Syracuse and Utica, New York neighborhoods, with the focus on creatively rebuilding each property in a very unique way. If you would like to sell or buy a house, please visit their website at www.creamteamhomebuyers.com or give them a call at 315-922-9600.
I stayed out there with my coach. Like I said, I don't think I was supposed to do that, but I did. I watched his dog for him. He go over what he got to do. But I was taking summer classes.
Yeah.
I was taking music, and I took something else, man. And I got like 2 A's. I ain't never seen an A in my life. Never, never seen an A in my life.
Oh, perseverance.
And I called my mom so fast, man.
Yes, sir.
She was ecstatic for me, man. And Mick was Mick. Talk shit to me.
Like he knew you could do it.
Yeah, he knew. He believed in me.
Absolutely.
School started.
Yo, that's a little lesson for kids out there, man.
Yo,
That man persevered.
perseverance at its finest.
He never stopped. He even went back to school to brush up on things.
Multiple times. We gotta point this out.
Yeah, you gotta point that out, usually kids, a lot of kids will quit. A lot of kids would just quit.
I got a good man right now.
School. They'd be like, fuck school, and I'm gonna just
go on the street.
I'm gonna go do something else.
Streets wasn't for me. My best friend went to jail for murder as a 9th grader. Still to this day, y'all probably see me post pictures of him.
Yeah.
Go see, that's my dog, man. He's still in jail to this day. So
We all got somebody in there right now that's not
for me, and he knew. He wanted to see me. Get to where I had to be. So I did that, and I knew I couldn't play the first semester out there, so I was cool with that. I was practicing with the team.
And you was getting good grades,
I was
right?
getting my grades up, and I got like a 2.8 or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh shit, and I ended up making like academic All-American out there.
Yeah.
Like, what?
That's crazy.
Big, yo.
That's crazy.
For me, that was huge, man. That was my first accomplishment out there. So second semester came, nobody really knew about me. I'm dogging the league, but our team wasn't that good.
Right.
So I ended up being like the second or third lead scorer. Might have been the second lead in the conference.
Yeah.
And I made honorable mention. Honorable mention. So now, I stayed out there. I didn't go home. Stayed out there because I had to catch these credits up so I could transfer to wherever I was going next.
You found a home, essentially.
I found a home, and they accepted me. So the coach ended up getting fired. And now I'm like, oh shit. But I played against other schools out there in Iowa, so they calling out like, yo, you can come here, you can come here. And I was at the point, like, I didn't know this new coach, and my assistant coach out there was kind of being a dickhead to me.
Yeah.
He was All-American out there. He was All-American, so I'm like, I'm gonna be an All-American.
Yeah, he's the talking shit then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I remember one day we were playing, and he playing 1-on-1. I was taking it personal. I broke his nose, ripped through, and I ripped through on purpose. And I cracked this shit. It was bleeding, but it was like
frustration built
up because I didn't like how he was treating me.
Yes.
So we ended up getting a coach out there. He coached there. He
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
This is a different breed of men,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was young and I was dumb.
Frontal lobe wasn't developed yet.
Yeah.
You dig? We all been through that.
I end up staying.
Yeah.
I end up staying. My head coach always told me, when you start something, finish it wherever you at.
Yes, sir.
I ended up having a good year. We was good that year, my sophomore year. I ended up making first team all conference, and I ended up leaving there All-American, third team All-American out there, for the NCAA.
Respect, bro. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good work.
So now I had likes of, I was talking to Cincinnati, Youngstown State offered me, Hofstra offered me.
There you go.
I'm trying to think who else. Binghamton. I was talking to St. Bonnie's. I was talking to Canisius.
Nice. He's coming home.
So I said I was leaving the Midwest, and I had I had some schools out there. So it was fun. That process was fun. Now
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is
You getting the respect. You getting the
mail.
You getting the respect you deserve,
He
bro.
sent me a big package. So I'm in school like, yeah, yo,
Styler.
the big rig. That's the real Big East.
Yes. Yes, sir.
The coach told me, what's Cincinnati doing reaching out to you?
Who said
The
that?
assistant coach there. I'm like, yo. I'm like, that's
You wanted this.
shit right
You wanted to
there.
get, yeah.
So, we going through everything. I graduated, man, with some good ass grades. I left there with probably 70-something credits. So when I went to,
Bless you,
I went
bro.
to Iona offered me too. And it came down to Iona and Hofstra. Iona told me I had cornrows there.
Yeah.
Iona told me
Oh, they try to tell you to cut your
you
joint?
had to. That was their rule.
Oh,
Increase
buddy.
everything.
Okay.
One with him.
Okay.
In the room. Yeah.
Oh,
I was like,
okay, I
yeah,
see.
I'm coming. And I knew in the back of my mind, I wasn't ready to cut my hair. I was young still.
Oh,
Had long
man.
hair. You know how that goes. So it was.
You still did what you wanted to do. You know what I mean? You made a man decision.
This week's episode is sponsored by Cream Team Properties. Cream Team Properties is a family-owned and community-oriented business who buys property in the Syracuse and Utica, New York neighborhoods, with the focus on creatively rebuilding each property in a very unique way. If you would like to sell or buy a house, please visit their website at www.creamteamhomebuyers.com or give them a call at 315-922-9600.
And I remember sitting at my house. My mom came home for summer. I had 2 letters in 10. And I'm like, I gotta go to school somewhere like New York so my mom can watch me play my last 2 years. And when she flew out to Iowa, it was a snowstorm. She was late. I hit a game winner when she was at the stuck at the airport. Her came out to see me, and they got stuck on the snowstorm. And I hit the game winner thinking she was there. And I'm looking for her after the game. She called me like, baby, I'm at the airport. And then our next game got snowed out. So
Man, that's tough.
my decision for picking one of those 2 schools was like, it's New York. And then a bar drive for her. So I ended up choosing Hofstra, but it was tough for me because I'm like, damn, I like that Iona. But I didn't have to cut my hair.
Yeah.
So I choose Hofstra. That's where I ended up going. I started my first year at Hofstra. I came in and worked my ass off.
Yeah.
And I started. I had a good junior year. Going into my senior year, I broke my foot in the summer.
Oh my God.
And it was just like, I was stressed, man. I didn't know what was gonna happen.
Damn.
I ended up getting back, but I rushed back, so I wasn't 100%.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the best of senior years, but I built a bond with my guy Charles Jenkins, who's like my brother. He overseas right now. He ended up getting drafted by Golden State. So you build bonds with dudes that you're in college. I don't speak to all of them, but I speak to some of them.
Yeah.
My Dane Johnson, like my big brother, still talk to him. He probably writing me right now on Instagram or texting me.
Yeah.
So you build certain relationship with certain dudes. So that ended up happening. I graduated from Hofstra. That was the most important thing.
That was huge. That's huge, bro.
I made mama proud, man.
But where you started from to having issues with the high school.
I got told by teachers in high school that I wasn't going to graduate.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go to college.
Man went from 65 or fake 65.
Dig it.
Fake 65 to a Hofstra degree.
You gotta respect that type of stuff, man. And kids out there.
My overall average is around like a 2.8, so that's good, man.
Yeah.
That was amazing. But my mom, I made her happy.
Yes.
So that's something she always could brag about. She got my diploma. I don't got my shit.
Shout out to Mama Corn. What's your mom name?
LaRue.
Shout out to LaRue. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I know her very well. Yeah, she come to the games.
Yes, loud and
man, my mom right there with her. What do you mean?
Yes.
Facts.
I end up graduating from there. I didn't go overseas right away, and I went home and just worked on my game. Shout out to Gil Space, the Henniger coach, and Billy Needland. I bust my ass working with them, and I had a couple.
I love Billy Gang.
Yeah.
Shout out to Billy Elam, man.
The GOAT in my eyes, man. I tell him all the time.
Yo, his game's so cool.
Yo.
Shout out to the GOAT.
So-
Absolutely.
I just worked with them. I busted my ass, and like I said, I had a couple jobs, and they didn't pan through. And then I ended up getting a chance in Uruguay in South America.
Okay.
I went over there. I won a championship my first year.
Okay.
Won a championship. So when I did that, my agent over there, I kind of got greedy, and I'm like, okay, I proved. My career high over there was 73, 63, 73, one of the two. No lies.
63 or
It might have
73 was your career high?
No, one of them. I can't remember. And I
Okay.
one game, and it was against a higher level
Tough.
team.
Oh, you went off.
Yeah, so I went off against them.
Do you remember your stat line? Do you remember how many threes you hit?
I don't even remember, man. I be trying to find an article so bad, like I.
But you went off though.
I went off, and they offered me a contract, but again, my AU coach always told me start something, finish something where you started. So I ended up finishing it. We won a championship, and I thought I was gonna get a chance, and I could have had more chances, but coming from that league, it was like I still had more to prove. I was at the lowest league over there, but
Yeah.
it don't matter.
It don't matter.
I proved myself.
You
I was
did.
out for several games in the 40s, the 30s. I ended up coming home and I ended up going to Canada, and it wasn't the right decision. It wasn't the right decision, and I ended up leaving in the middle of the season, and that was kind of like the end of pro basketball for me. But it was cool. It wasn't cool at first, but I didn't know what I was going to do because basketball was life. It was life for me. So that happened. I ended up coming in here. I came home, and I was hanging around people I shouldn't have hung around with.
Oh man, that's how it goes sometimes.
Ended up getting into a bad accident.
Yeah.
And then it was like, basketball's done. What I do? So I started working in the school. So I was like a specialist, like a behavior specialist. I did that for like 5 years.
I can relate.
And then I was like, you know what? I got all this knowledge. Use it.
Yeah.
So Greg Jones gave me my first coaching job here. I was his assistant for 2 years, and then Gil was his JV coach.
Yeah.
Gil and Lazarus ended up going to Henniger, and they called me like, Corn, you might as well come home.
Yeah.
I went over there, and they kind of set the tone for me because they let me basically be like the head coach.
Yeah.
And I stayed a year there. We went to the Section 3 championship. We ended up losing to Liverpool. But I got my first head coaching job that summer after at SAS. So I was at SAS for 5 years.
Shout out to SAS.
Yeah, shout out to SAS, man. A lot of ups and downs. I went through a lot of shit. People
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. I seen it on your social media. I've seen
and
some
I
of it.
couldn't really speak on a lot of stuff.
Right.
I went through a lot of shit there, and I held it down. I like to think I held it down, but if you ask other people, they still talk about me to this day. They talk about me not in a good way. So it's kind of like, man, you got to stand on what you say when you run into me, because it's corny.
Yeah.
And I think some friendships got hindered from that, man. I don't have friendships with some people in Utica because of somebody that was working with me.
Yeah.
That was on my staff at SAS.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't get to hire my own staff. There was a lot of things I couldn't do, man. But I made it. I made it through. We went to the Section 3 championship last year.
Yeah, I seen that.
And after that, I was like, what more can I do?
It's loud. We good?
I'm like, what can I do here?
Yeah.
I can't do much more here. And I love my kids to this day. They still text me.
As they should.
Yeah. People don't want them to text me. People try to brainwash them. You can't brainwash kids because I tell them I'm a realist, man.
Yes, sir.
And I keep it real with my kids, and I get touchy when I talk to them about people. They're like my babies, so
I feel the same way.
Yeah, so I still talk.
When you coach, when we coach somebody, it's not just about coaching. We teaching these kids how to live life.
And it's life after basketball.
That's one thing.
It's life after basketball.
And I've been through where you won't have such quote-unquote father figures. That was our outlet. That's most of the shit. You dig what I'm saying? They got it. We were just talking about this. And my mom she did the best she could, but she knew to put me in something to keep me straight and narrow, straight and forward.
That's when I come out of it.
Basketball saved our lives, man.
The adults gotta come out of it themselves.
Yeah.
And think about the kids more.
And that's what I tell people. I always tell people, I say,
It's all about the kids,
I tell
man.
315 raised me, but basketball saved me.
Yes, sir.
It got me
I like that. Hear that.
A bunch of people, and I've been to damn near every state, and I've been to different countries because of basketball.
Because of basketball.
Not a lot of people can say that. So, like I said, we lost. We came up short last year in the Section 3 championship. I ended up, getting a chance to coach with the Albany City Rocks. So I was with their 17U team.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
It was big for me because I got a network, and
that's gonna grow. You're gonna grow even. It's gonna go even further from here now.
So, this school year, I stepped down, and I know everybody see my post. They didn't understand, they didn't understand why I did it, but I did it for what was best for me, not everybody else. It was time.
And that's the most important.
Yeah, it was fuck everybody else at that point. That's how I felt, because I'm not pleasing nobody no more. Because what about me?
Yes.
So, I interviewed here, and they felt like it was the right fit. They felt like it was the right fit, and I feel like it was the right fit.
The colors look crazy because I remember you being vinegar, black and gold.
Black and gold. So,
but I respect the move.
I'm still black and gold.
Yeah.
They know it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
The first thing they told me, man, when I got here, is whenever something happens or your name is in it, we're going to let you know. They kept that. They told me they was going to fight for me. They did that. They still doing that here. They kept their word so far. I respect Mr. Hicks. I respect Mr. Baxter. I respect Jake
They
Jones.
let you be your own man.
Yes, they molded me, man. They like father figures to me, man.
That's what I like.
All of them. So I look up to all of them. They probably don't know it, but I watch them. They do their jobs, and it's like, yo, I can be there.
Yeah. Or you can be even better because they want you to be better.
Yes, they do. So
you know what I mean?
Like I said, they let me hire my own coaching staff. I did that once at SAS, and I brought Mookie Jones with me. Shout out to Mookie.
Shout out to Mookie Jones.
And,
Big
I
dog.
brought him with me, and then he ended up getting a promotion for a job he took. He like the athletic director. He got kids. I can't stop somebody.
Yeah, you gotta go.
I can't stop somebody from the train. So, and they told him he couldn't coach anymore. So he ended up leaving, and after that.
Yes, we at the game. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are live at the game right now. We are live at the game right now. It might be a little loud, but we're live at the game right now.
So everything was just, it was kind of rough over there, man, after he left me. And, I had a chance then to work with Daywan Coleman. The time wasn't right. James Jones over here, y'all know him as brother. I got him over here with me, so that was like I told him, like, yo, just give me a time. I need to settle all my stuff down first. And, I look out for my people, man. So I told him, like, yo, I'm going to bring you in.
Yeah.
And then I know, Daywan was at Baltimore
big dog
last year. Yeah, and that's the big dog status. You could do it. So he called me, and I knew Daywan wasn't coaching. And, the time wasn't right then. But that shit right now. So shout out to both of them, because I got two basketball
minded.
Yes, two basketball minded with a lot of
dogs.
Yes, so I love it, man. And we over here ready to prove people wrong.
Young coaches staff.
Yes,
young coaches staff.
But look
at it.
And it's brothers too.
Yes,
the brothers showing brothers love.
So
you gotta love that.
And I teach over here too. I teach here too. So
beautiful.
I'm in the building with my kids.
Yeah.
We dress up on game day, suit and tie.
Yes, sir.
Shoes.
Show professionalism. Let the kids see it.
Yeah, like those days. I'm trying to build character in them, and they feel good when they come in. Cause they like, yo,
we clean out here. Now we about to show some
with them, and I'm over here and I'm loving it, man, because I'm back in the city. I'm a city kid, so
full circle.
City school's been down lately.
Yeah, bro.
I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna flip the fucking page.
Yes, you is, bro.
I'm gonna change it.
We here to support it. That's why we had to do this interview. We was watching like, yo.
When you said it, it was a no-brainer. At first, I be nervous sometimes. You can talk, and people can take it out of context.
We ain't out here for that.
No, I'm not saying y'all.
No, I'm just saying, yeah. Yeah, man.
I'm the most humblest dude ever, and people, they try to tear me down and say this and that. I'm humble as shit, because I had to work for everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not gonna be humble, because I know how much I work my ass off.
Well, you can't be all the time.
To be where I am. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing. So like I said, I'm here now. I'm happy as hell. I got a great supporting staff.
Yes, sir.
And alum too. They support, and then I got my coaching staff. So that's where we at today, man.
Yo, what I see right now is, other than perseverance, your road you took, man, it went full circle. It brought you right back home. After you had to go here, find somewhere where you felt the real love. And even with all that, still made your way back to Cuse, bro. Like, you could have stayed out there where they really loved you at elsewhere. You came back to Cuse because you knew your city needed your mind.
Like this.
Back when you was a kid, you didn't, always have that.
I had the hood dude. The hood dude, they love you because they want to see
you do better than them.
They like, yeah, you going to the NBA? I'm thinking when I'm young, like I'm going to the NBA. In my mind, I ain't going I ain't had that work ethic, man.
In the beginning stage.
Nah, in the beginning I ain't having it. I said, you gotta be crazy up here.
You gotta be a dog.
Be a pro.
Yeah.
But no, these dudes that's crazy. They usually like the workouts is insane. You gotta eat right. You gotta do all that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes, sir.
And I was lucky enough to be around it. Like I said, shout out to my guy Charles Jenkins. I got to see him go through it. So it was like, nah, I wasn't. But
blessing in disguise, man.
I got to go play pro, and you know I can say I did it. No matter what somebody say,
It all built you to be here.
Yeah, I'm here now, man. I'm doing what I love to do.
Right now, we watching you. This is your stuff, right? This is your culture right now.
Yeah, this is my
the part of the
that's up and coming right here. So you know we've been going at it since the summer. When I took this job, I told them I'm gonna change this shit.
Yeah,
we've been in here weight room,
and they with you.
They wasn't in the weight room. They looking at me like weight room. I'm like,
yeah, weight room.
I'm gonna get in here with y'all sometimes and and get with it.
Lead by example. I say that often. I coach a little 4th grade team, and every once in a while I'm like, let me show y'all more than telling y'all, because you got to see it.
Because some kids need that. And I was one of those kids.
Me too.
I needed hands-on.
Me too.
And I couldn't like what you said, like even with school. Show me hands-on, and then I got it. You know
right.
What I mean? So,
and once you get it, beautiful about that, you're going to give it to somebody else. You ain't going to have to struggle to get it from someone.
And they don't understand it now. They're like, damn, coach, you hard on this, man. I take their phones in school. Give me your phones in the morning. I got a bucket in my room. You know I'm out in my room.
You know how dangerous that is? Somebody trying to kill somebody with their phone, but that's love.
And they teach us now. Say, listen, they so focused now. They so focused. So
that's awesome, man.
I want these kids to be good students. You know how they say student? They say student athlete, but these kids think athlete student. I want them to hear that student first.
Yeah,
student athlete.
Because that's
I was
important.
An athlete student.
Yeah.
And then I figured it out
later.
But
now you hear you're teaching them that, and not only are you teaching them, you can tell them. That's why we like tell your story, Corn.
Yeah.
Because they need to hear it.
I don't tell it much because
somebody don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it, and people be looking like, I don't want no side, none of that. You know what I mean? I don't want none of that because
I'm over here getting hyped at the game. All like,
they doing it right now. This is like I said, man. I tell it, but I don't tell it much. I just tell my kids like what I went through, and I'll leave it short with them. This is what I leave it at the college level with them.
But when they get old enough, they're gonna want to know what's really happening.
Right here's gonna live on though. It's gonna be
God's will, definitely.
Podcast. We're gonna make it live.
Comment, like, share, put it everywhere.
When y'all post it, I'm gonna reshare it, man.
I want your people to see it with the high school.
Without a doubt, man. Like I said, man, I love the city of Syracuse. They love me back. I didn't know how much support I had last year, man. When we went to the finals last year, man, I came out there. I looked at that gym, man, and I said, wow.
It was lit up. It was lit.
Yo, and then y'all played before us. So y'all played before us
and people know your story out there. Don't get it twisted. There's some people in Utica who love y'all, who love you. Yeah, man.
I love people out there because they brought me into it. Shout out to J-Dub. That's my guy.
That's a fact.
Shout out, so you got it.
We trying to get his ass next on this motherfucker.
You got to, because wow, man.
Yeah, we got to get him on here. We is, though.
We got them my junior year. It was section 5.
Oh, I was a sophomore.
He was a sophomore. I was on TV. He was on varsity.
I played varsity.
Because they got us the year before, but we didn't end up being like a little riot with people in the street.
I was there.
At
the gym. The riot.
In the gym, yeah.
That was
the riot. That was the riot. I remember that.
We had to play that
shout out to that wild shit.
Yeah, that was wild.
I said, yo. When we get them here,
we gotta get.
Yo, that was my first experience watching it looked like an NBA game. It was so many people at this gym. Yo, it was flooded.
No, it's not in there no more.
No, but nobody. So just think about that. If you was a kid then and you wasn't going to play college basketball, that was it for you.
That was it.
The Manly Bell?
That was it.
Bro,
it was flooded.
I never thought
that was a college game.
I've never seen nothing like that.
That was a college game.
Mind you, I'm playing against.
I'm
the logo.
We went straight from high school to NBA. So just think about it. It was crazy. We
played against a lot of skill in it.
Yeah.
That was a skillful game.
That game was amazing, man.
That was crazy.
That was so.
That was crazy. They got us though. They got us.
Leading scores of that game. It was only like 9 points.
Yeah, they got us. They got us though.
That was it though. But look at that. You go back and watch that game. Yo, it was so. Like I said, I think all that stuff prepared me for where I'm at today.
definitely.
Be blessed.
Definitely,
Yeah,
man.
we're gonna give it up like that, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for coming out.
Peace and love.
No, I
brother.
appreciate y'all
Thanks
having
for
me.
coming out, man. It's Syracuse love right here,
We're gonna come
man.
back again, maybe the end of the season. Talk about how the season went.
Word.
Right now we 2-1 right now. Hopefully we can end this day being 3-1 and get ready for a big week next week. You know, we got a big week next week.
Now I'm gonna pay more attention.
And we are playing right now.
We got James DeWitt.
James DeWitt.
Actually, when I was at SAS last year, it's crazy. We beat them in the semifinals to go to the finals.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so now, you know, we got them today. The JV doing the job right now. Shout out to them, and then we got to
Oh,
follow
it's
up.
18-8
Yeah,
right now.
we got to follow up
JV
after
out
this. So,
of here.
Yeah.
and it's a good Saturday game, and then I'm gonna leave here and go scout. So I don't have a life. I'm gonna scout right after this. I'm going to scout. I'm going to Liverpool High School scout.
That's fun.
Yeah, I love it.
I know you do.
That's why I can't wait to get to that next level so I can get out and
Yeah,
scout.
Yeah.
It's a blessing, man. But again, I do appreciate y'all for y'all driving here and coming
Nah, this is no brainer.
to pull up on
It
it.
was no problem.
Yeah. It was like one of our number one basketball interviews we was talking about doing.
We got more trips to go, but we really wanted to show love to you. Make sure you get your flowers, man. Some people don't understand, man. And the journey you went through. Now that I know what you went through, it shows who you are. It makes sense.
People don't know that. I walk around because I don't speak to everybody, and they think like I am.
You gave it to us.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. Y'all the first people that got that. Like I said, not Mick know my story, Greg Jones know my story, my mama know my story.
Yeah.
You know, it's little people. It's not 10 people that know my story.
Right.
But after today, everybody.
It's
knows.
more or less. I feel like it was time for the people to hear your story.
I let it out. Yeah.
Now,
I feel good sharing.
when they see you grow even further, because I know this not the last stop for you.
It's not the last stop at all.
They'll understand why you got to where you got to. You know what I mean? You went through that. You went through some real trench shit. Like,
Yeah, man. So
respect
Syracuse,
you,
man.
bro.
Syracuse, man.
Again, respect
Syracuse,
you.
tap in. Tap in
Peace
with
and love.
Corn.
Yes, sir, man.
Tap in with Nottingham High School. I mean, it's the boy. It's the TBPOV.
We on the
Your man
road.
Blackshear. Steve Brown.
Yes, sir.
Cornelius Vines.
Shout out to the podcast.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Peace and love.
Yeah, so, you know, tap in, subscribe, like, that share button.
All this pain on my chest, I'm just trying to get it out. I told you how I felt when you exposed me for some clout. Left me in a drought, yeah, I see what you bout. Pouring up this Hennessy, hoping I don't drown. Try to lift you up, can't believe you let me down. We come from the mud, so they always looking down. Never give us love.